There's a scene we've all seen before. The weather is beautiful. The sun has just gone down. Everyone lifts their phones at the same time. Snap, record, post a story. But there is always that one person who just stands there and watches. They do not record anything. They do not post anything. And then someone asks, "Wait, you don't use social media?" And suddenly the whole mood shifts for a second, as if that person just said something strange. But maybe they are not the strange one. Maybe the strange part is the rest of us. Because in a time when almost everyone lives in front of a screen, not using social media is no longer a small thing. It is a choice, and sometimes it is a very self-aware choice. The first thing we need to understand is this social media is not just a way to stay in touch. It is a system designed to keep you there. Every like, every notification, every comment. Every time you scroll and something new appears, all of it taps into the brain's reward system. The brain loves feeling noticed. The brain loves feeling recognized. The brain loves the feeling of, "I just got something." So you go back, you check again. You wait again, you keep scrolling. And the problem is, a lot of people think they are just relaxing, but really they are being pulled along. That is what makes people who do not use social media so interesting. It is not that they are better than everyone else. It is not that they hate technology, and it is not that they do not enjoy attention or approval. The real difference is this: they do not depend so heavily on the outside world to feel valuable. For them, a fun day out is already enough. A good cup of coffee is already enjoyable enough. A peaceful afternoon is already meaningful enough. They do not need to post it to make it feel real. They do not need other people's likes to prove they are living well. In other words, their joy moves from the inside out, not from the crowd's attention back into them. That is why people who do not use social media often feel grounded. They are not loud. They do not need to show much. It is not because they have nothing to show. It is because they do not feel the need to. And there is another side of social media that is even more subtle comparison. You do not go there just to look. You go there to be affected. You see other people traveling. You see other people looking better. You see other people making more money. You see other people seeming happier. At least that is how it looks. And then the brain starts doing something exhausting. It measures your life against theirs. The problem is, what you see is the most polished version of their life, but what you compare it to is your real life. The tired parts, the messy parts, the slow parts, the uncertain parts, the days when things are not okay. You are comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. That is a comparison you are almost guaranteed to lose. People who stay away from social media escape that cycle much faster. Not because their lives are more perfect, but because they are not constantly feeding their minds images that whisper, "You are not enough." And when your mind is no longer dragged into that race every day, life starts to feel a lot lighter. There is something else social media slowly erodes focus. Have you noticed how hard it is now for many people to sit with one thing for more than a few minutes? They skip through videos, they skim through articles, they check their phone while working. They talk to people while their fingers are still touching the screen. The brain has gotten used to short bursts of stimulation, used to speed, used to needing something new every few seconds. And the result? It becomes harder to work deeply, harder to read for long periods, harder to think clearly all the way through. Even sitting alone starts to feel uncomfortable. People who do not use social media or use very little of it often keep a skill that is becoming rare: the ability to stay with one thing long enough. They can sit and read, sit and think, sit and work, sit in silence. They do not need constant stimulation, and that is a huge advantage, because people who can protect their attention can usually protect their depth too. But let's be honest about something. Not everyone who avoids social media is doing it from a healthy place. Some people stay away because they are afraid of being seen, afraid of being judged, afraid of not being interesting enough, afraid of not being attractive enough, afraid of not measuring up. That kind of avoidance is not freedom. That is self-protection. So the real question is not, do you use social media or not? The real question is, are you staying away because you truly do not need it, or because you are afraid? From the outside, those two can look the same. But inside, they are completely different. One is a conscious choice. The other is a retreat. If you avoid it because it no longer adds value to your life, that is strength. If you avoid it because you are afraid of how others might see you, that is something deeper that needs healing. And people who truly choose to step away from social media often realize something else. A lot of the time, social media is not connection, it is performance. A photo is not just a photo. It is a way of shaping how other people see us. A status update is not just sharing. It is image building. Slowly, people stop simply living. They start performing roles. The role of the successful person, the role of the happy person, the role of the deep person, the role of the busy person, the role of the free person. And the longer you perform, the harder it becomes to remember who you are when nobody is watching. People who step away from social media step away from that stage. They do not have to keep updating their image. They do not always have to think about what to post. They do not have to turn every experience into content. They just live. If you are still watching at this point, comment the number 8. I want to know how many people are genuinely tired of always having to be online. One beautiful thing about people who do not use social media is that their relationships are often fewer but deeper. They do not try to keep up with hundreds of people. They invest in a few people who truly matter. They call, they meet in person, they talk for a long time. They remember small details, they show up when it counts. Real connection is not about watching each other's stories every day. Real connection is about who you want to call when you are falling apart. Social media can create the feeling of being surrounded by people, but it does not always create real closeness. A lot of people interact with each other every day and still feel lonely, because interaction is not the same as intimacy. Knowing updates about each other is not the same as understanding each other. Seeing each other's lives is not the same as truly reaching each other. People who do not use social media often understand that very clearly, so they do not chase quantity, they choose depth. And then there is time. A lot of people do not realize how many hours they spend each day just watching other people live. Each time they open their phone, it seems small, just a few minutes. But those few minutes happen again and again. In the morning, at noon, at night, while working, before sleeping. And little by little, all the small empty spaces in the day, the spaces that could have been used to rest, think, breathe, or reflect, get filled up. People who stay away from social media get those spaces back. It sounds small, but when you add it all together, it becomes a huge part of life. They get more time to read a few pages of a book, to walk without recording everything, to drink coffee without taking a picture, to sit with family without splitting their attention with a screen, to fully live through an ordinary afternoon. And maybe the most valuable thing they get back is not just time, it is presence. When they are with someone, they are truly there. They are not listening while glancing at a phone. They are not eating while thinking of a caption. They are not smiling while waiting for a notification. Full presence is becoming rare. And that is exactly why the people who still have it stand out more and more. Another group that often benefits deeply from stepping away from social media is creative people. When they stop chasing the algorithm, their minds become quieter. When they stop obsessing over views and likes, it becomes easier to return to what they actually want to say. A lot of the time, social media does not destroy creativity in an obvious way. It destroys it by making you think about other people's reactions before you think about your own honest voice. Before you even ask, what do I want to create, you are already asking, will this get views? And that is when creativity starts losing its direction. People who step away from social media often get something back, a cleaner mental space. A space where they do not have to please the crowd first. A space where they can finally be honest with themselves first. And finally, we have to talk about a fear so many people live with: FOMO, the fear of missing out, the fear of not knowing what is trending, the fear of falling behind, the fear of being left out of the conversation, the fear that other people are moving ahead faster. But the truth is, most of what you are afraid of missing is just noise. The things that truly matter do not need an algorithm to remind you they exist. The people who truly matter will reach out to you. The opportunities that are truly right for you will not disappear just because you did not scroll enough. What is more frightening is not missing a few updates. What is more frightening is missing your own life because you were too busy watching someone else's. If you are starting to realize that too, comment the number 9. That will be a sign that you are not the only one trying to take your attention back. Not using social media does not make someone better than anyone else. It is simply a different choice. A quieter choice. A more honest choice. A choice to be pulled around less. a choice to live your own life without turning it into a constant performance. Maybe you still use social media, and that is okay. The important question is not whether you delete it or keep it. The important question is this: are you using it, or is it using you? Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If this video spoke to something you have been feeling, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content that is deep, clear, and real. Thank you so much.